Iron Hands just got banned from the UU tier up to the UUBL tier. It was voted at a 75.86% ban clip. Iron Hands is the paradox Pokemon for Hariyama, known for its ability to be a bulky sweeper, which proved to be too much for the UU tier recently. Because of its massive HP, Iron Hands towards the stretch of games became even more threatening because the more HP it had, the easier it was to set up at the end of games and just dominate. Swords Dance, Adamant plus Iron Hands was a deadly combo that became one of the most common and proved to be one of the tier's most fearful Pokemon and was very difficult for countermeasure. The SD set has given Iron Hands a number of terrestrialization options as well, ranging from Ghost to Fire to Fairy to Flying and more. Only Pokemon like Toxicity and Gallade were proven to help OHKO this Pokemon on occasions, a much more narrow thread of Pokemon that could take care of it compared to the OU tier it once resided in. Electric and Fighting proves to be a great typing towards the tier's most fatal Pokemon, such as Tinkaton and Bisharp, because of its resistances it provides, which easily allows it to switch in on most of the tier's Pokemon. Iron Hands can also run a variety of items. Punching Gloves allows it to boost its punching moves like Ice Punch or Fire Punch or Thunder Punch. Leftovers also allowed it for reliable recovery, and Assault Vest allows it to boost its bulk even further to be even more of a tank. And with mostly having a higher power level than most of the UU mons anyways, becoming more of a tank was much more of a hassle to kill this Pokemon because it would just sit there and become a bulky and tanky hard Pokemon to get rid of. Additionally, Iron Hand's most popular way to be used was a substitute set, where it would set up a substitute and then click a Swords Dance behind it and then go to town. Even if you think you have counters like Tinkaton or Palossand or even a Wo-Chien, it was proven to be difficult to provide any substance or of a counter because of the variation of Iron Hand's EV spread it would run. For instance, an AV Ironhead can eat up Shadow Balls from Palossand behind a substitute, but if it doesn't have a sub, a Shadow Ball may in fact actually break those substitutes. This is just one of many examples, and I'm sure there are a bunch of other examples you guys can list down in the comments below. There are no guarantees, and ultimately, Iron Hands proved to be too much with mind games it played with its opponents. Sometimes the best way to lure an Iron Hands down the stretch of games is to bring out your own and see which one lasts longer. A viable strat, but a strat that proved to be very boring in the UU tier. Team building also was very centralized around Iron Hands because you had to make sure you bring countermeasures to this, not just one soft counter, but multiple ways to counter this Pokemon, because if this Pokemon got off to a right start, it may in fact actually sweep the rest of your team. But hey, if you guys enjoy this video, subscribe for more competitive content just like this.